So class, today we are going to start a new topic, a new chapter, chapter 5, time value of money. Now what is time value of money? It is the concept that money you have now is worth more than the identical sum in the future due to its potential earning capacity. This core principle of finance holds that provided money can earn interest, any amount of money is worth more the sooner it is received. Or in simple words, you can say that it would be safe to have a dollar today than a dollar in future, because a dollar today has more worth than a dollar tomorrow. The time value of money draws from the idea that rational investors prefer to receive money today rather than the same amount of money in the future because of money's potential to grow in value over a given period of time. Here you can take example like you purchase 1 kg sugar for rupees 100 today. You have purchased 1 kg of sugar today for rupees 100. After 1 year, can you purchase the same quality or the same quantity of sugar in 100 rupees? No, definitely not. You will have to pay more than 100 rupees, because 100 rupees has more worth today as compared to in future, like after 1 year, after 2 years, or 3 years. So we can say that the time value, basically the time value of money based on the simple concept that a dollar today has more worth than a dollar tomorrow. Here are the few important definitions which we are going to discuss in the next slide. The present value, future value, number of periods, interest rates, and the payment amount. What is present value? Present value means what you have right now, today's value. So the present value, this is your current starting amount. It is the money you have in your hand at the present time, that is today. Your initial investment for your future is your present value. Whereas future value, what is future value? It is the ending amount at a given at a point in time in future. It should be worth more than the present value, provided it is earning interest and growing over time. Means if you have invested your money, so in future the future amount will be more than the present value, because you have invested it and you are earning some interest. The amount to which a series of cash flow will grow over a given period of time when compounded at a given interest rate. So we have two values, present value and the future value. The next definition is number of periods. It is the timeline for your investments or debt. It is usually measured in year, but it could be any scale of time such as quarterly, monthly, or even daily, or even weekly. What is interest rate? It is the growth rate of your money over the lifetime of the investment. Lifetime means say 5 years, say 10 years, or 20 years. It is stated in a percentage value such as 8%, 10%, 12%, 15%, whatever the interest rate is given. Or you can write down 0.08 instead of 8. The last definition is very important. Payment amount, or this is called PMT. Payment amount. These are a series of equal, evenly spaced cash flows. So the definition has three parts. First of all, it is a series of payments. Series means it is not just one payment, but you have more than one payment, like 5 payment, 10 payment, 20 payment, series of payment. The second thing is equal payments. Means if one payment is for $10,000, the second payment is also $10,000, and the third payment is also 10,000. Each and every payment is of equal amount. Uh, this means that you have each payment of equal amount. Suppose if one payment is for $2,000, second payment is for $4,000, third payment is for $1,500, then this does not come in the definition of payment amount. Okay, and the third part is evenly spaced cash flow. Evenly spaced means the time period is also equal. Means if the first payment is after 1 month, so the second payment is also after the 1 month. Each payment is after 1 month, after every month. This you can simply explain in this way, that if first payment is made on January, the second is on Feb, the third on March. This means that every payment should be done in after every month. So these are simple concepts that we are going to use while solving our problems. Present value, the value today. Future value means the value after some time period, some given time period. Number of periods, this is the time. Interest rate is the growth rate. Payment amount is the amount which you are going to pay. Here it is the formula of future value, and this is the formula of present value. Okay, future value is equal to present value multiplied by 1 plus I. I stand for interest raised to power n. N means the number of periods. So in your course pack or the textbook, page number is 173. Problem number is 5-1. So we are going to start problems. I will explain some other concept related to time value of money in next class, hopefully. In this class, we just discuss about future value, simple future value, and present value. So 5-1. If you deposit $10,000 in a bank account that pays 10% interest annually, how much will be in your account after 5 years? How much will be in your account after 5 years? So we have 10,000 present value, we have 10% interest rate, and we are doing it annually. How much means will be in your account means future value is required, and n is 5 years. So this is the formula: present value multiplied by 1 plus I raised to power n. So just a minute. So class, I'm showing you the Excel sheet. Here it is. This one. Okay. So we have just discussed that we have present value. Present value is $10,000. Then we have interest rate 10%, or we can write it 0.01 instead of 10%. N is 5 years, and we have to find out future value. So what is the future value? Here's the formula. Future value is equal to present value 1 plus I raised to power 10. So we have 10,000 present value 1 plus I interest rate is 0.01 or 10% raised to power n. N is 5 years. 5 years. Okay. So here is the power 5 years. Okay. So 10,000. First class solve this factor amount. Okay. So by solving this, we get 1.6105. Bracket close, and the answer is 16,105. So if you invest 10,000 right now, and with the interest rate of 10% for 5 years, so you will get $16,105 in future. Future means after 5 years. Okay. The second problem, same page, page number 173. Now we are going to calculate present value. What is the present value of a security that will pay $5,000 in 20 years if securities of equal risk pay 7% annually? So what is the present value? Present value is required. They will pay $500. So $500 is your future value. 20 is the number of years, or you can say N, and 7% is the interest rate. So again, back to the Excel sheet, 5-2. Here we have future value. Future value is given $5,000. I interest rate, that is 20. N is 20, whereas I is 7%, or we can write it 0.07, right? And what is required? Present value is required. Here's the formula for present value. Future value is 5,000 divided by 1 plus I. So 1 plus interest rate is 0.07, and N, the value of N is 20. $5,000 divided by, first calculate the factor amount, that is 3.8696. First solve the bracket, and here you get the answer. So the answer is $1,292. If you would like to have $5,000 after 20 years and the interest rate is 7%, then today you will have to invest $1,292. Okay, is that clear? So here we have two more problems, 5-9 and 5-10. And we are going to solve it one by one. 5-9. Present value and future value for different periods. Find the following values using the equation and then a financial calculator. We are not using a financial calculator. You can do it by simple scientific calculator. Okay. Compounding or discounting occurs annually. So we have data in annual format. A part, an initial $500 compounded for 1 year at 6%. Means you have present value $500, you have time period is 1 year and 6% is the interest rate. So what is required, the present value or the future value? Of course the future value, because present value is given. In part B, again future value is required, but n is 2 year. In part 1, n is 1 year. So back to the Excel sheet. Here it is, 5-9. Yes, class. We have 500 present value, 1 plus I, 1. Interest rate is 6%, 0.06, and n is 1. Okay, so 500 multiplied by 1.06. So what is the answer? $530. Future value is $530. In part B, we have 500 present value, 1 plus interest rate 6%, and here n is 2 years. In part 1, n is 1 year, here n is 2 year. So 500 times 1.1236, and by solving this you get $561.8. So this is the future value. With the help of present value, we have calculated future value. Okay. You can see in yes. In part C and D, the present value of $500 means future Here, present value is required and future value is given. Present value of $500 due in 1 year and 2 year. In part D, it is 2 year, part C, it is 1 year, whereas what is required? The present value is required, okay? So I'm going to solve it on Excel again. Here. Future value is 500 divided by 1 plus I is 0.06 and raised to power 1. So n is 1. Okay. Simply 500 divided by 1.06 and the answer is 471 dollars. Okay, so this is your present value. In part D, we have same problem, just the number of years are 2 instead of 1. So 500 divided by 1.1236 and the answer is 444.99 dollars. So this was 5-9. So the next problem is 5-10 and I have given you it as a class activity. Hopefully you all of you have done it. So I'm just showing it, the answers. Here same future value is required for the first two in the first two requirement, and in the next two requirement present value is required, and the interest rate is changed. In requirement 1 we have 6%, in requirement 2 we have 12%. So class, I'm going to show you just the answers. Whole procedure is same like 5-9. We have just completed 5-9 and it is the answer of 5-10. 5-10. Here just interest rate is changed 12%, and n is also 10. Number of years are 10. Here 10, and the rest is the same procedure. Okay. So the next problem is 5-23. Here's the next problem. In this problem, we have different compounding periods. Like we have just discussed in the definition that the n may be in years, number of years. It may be in annually, quarterly, monthly, daily, or weekly. So you can see that we have annual data, the compounded, the 12% compounded annually, 12% compounded semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, and daily basis. Okay, so we have find the future value. So we have present value $500. Okay, the interest rate is 12%. This is for 5 years. but we have to do it in different ways, like compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, and daily basis. So class, here is the formula to find out the future value, that is present value times 1 plus I raised to power n. In part 1, we have 5 years and the interest rate is 12%. 12%. Okay. So future value is equal to, in present value we have $500. 1 plus I is 12% and n is 5. N is 5. So 500 times 1.7623. Okay. So the answer is in dollars. So here it is the answer. 188 no $881. Now the second is the part B. In part B, 12% compounded semi-annually. Semi mean half. So we have 2 halves in a year. So how we calculate n? That is 5 years multiply by 2. Why we are multiplying it by 2? Because it is semi-annually. We have 2 halves semi. So n will be 10 now. And interest rate should be divided by 2, means 0.12 divided by 2. We always multiply n and we always divide I. Okay. So again, future value is equal to 500. Here you can say that now the interest rate is 6%. 0, 6, and n is 10. 10. So 500, 1.7908, and here is the answer. $895.4 if you compound it semi-annually. The third one is the case in which you compound it quarterly. So we have 4 quarters. So simply you can say that how you are going to calculate n. 5 years multiply by 4. Why 4? Because we have 4 quarters and it is quarterly. So 20 is the n. And in case of interest, we divide interest by 4. 0.12 divide by 4. So the interest rate will be, the new interest rate will be 0.03. So future value is equal to 500. 1 plus I is now 0.03 and n is 20. So $500 multiply by 1.8061. Okay, you can easily solve this factor on in your calculators. So here's the answer, $903.05. The next is monthly. So we have 12 months in a year, um, 5 years multiplied by 12 months. So n will be 60 and interest is 12% divide by 12 months. So interest will be 0.01. Future value is equal to present value times 1 plus I is now 0.01 and n is 60. Okay class, so here's the 500. Just solve this factor. First 1 plus 0.1 raised to power 60, you get 1.8166. You can use tables, factor table also. So the answer is $908.30. And the last one is compounded daily. So how many days we have in a year? 365. 5 years multiplied by 365 days. So n is 1825 and the interest rate is 0.12 divided by 365 days. So the new interest rate is this one, 0.000328. So present value multiplied by 1 plus I, the value of I is 0.000328,767. Okay, and the n is 1825. So first calculate the factor. The factor is 1.8193. Okay, so here's the answer, is equal to dollars, $909.65. Okay class, so this was 5-23 and the last problem for today's class is 5-24. 5-24, 5-24 is also about calculating different time periods, means compounded differently, but in this problem you will have to calculate present value. We have just calculated future value, so the next problem is about present value. Here is 5-24, present value for various discounting periods. Find the present value of $500. So we have $500 as a future value. Interest rate is 12%. Time period is 5 for the first two requirement, and for the last requirement time period is 1. It should be calculated semi-annually, quarterly, and monthly. So here it is. What is required? Requirement number A, present value is equal to, we have future value. Okay, this is semi-annually. Okay, we have 5 years. So 5 years multiply by semi means we have 2 halves in a year. So multiply by 2. And we have 12%. So 0.12 divide by 2. So future value is 500 divide by 1 plus I. 1 I is 0.06. N is 10 years. $500 divide by 1.7908, or simply we get the answer, that is $279. If you invest $279 right now for 5 years, semi-compounding semi-annually, you will get $500. Okay. The second is part B. Present value is equal to, here we have this part is about investment in, I think, quarterly. Okay, so we have 5 years multiply by how many quarters we have? 4. N is 20. The interest rate is 12%. Divide by 4 quarters. Future value divided by 1 plus I, or N is now 20 years. Okay. So $500 divide by 1.8061, and here's the answer, that is $276, $276.84. And the last part is C. Present value is equal to, now we have 1 year and we are compounding it monthly. So 1 year multiply by 12 months, or the interest rate is 12%, divide by 12 months, because we are doing it monthly. Okay, so $500 is your future value. Divide by 1 plus I is 0.01, and N is 12. N is 12. So here we have 500 divided by 1.1268, right? And in this way we get the answer. The answer is $443. So that's it for today. Now, what we have learned, to calculate the value of future value, simple present value, with different interest rate, with different compounding, like compounding annually, compounding monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, even daily. In the next class, we will start annuities. Okay, that's it for today. Take care. You can write email class if you have any problem, or you can come to the counseling daily in the Zoom meeting 9 to 11. Okay, class, take care.